Mike Tomlin is getting disparaged everywhere, including Big Ben Roethlisberger is suggesting that Mike Tomlin could go coach at Penn State. Let's play that clip, SOT 2.
I know it's being talked about around here a lot. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's a clean house time. Maybe it is. Maybe it's time. And I like Coach Tomlin. I have a lot of respect for Coach Tomlin. But maybe it's best for him too.
Sure.
Maybe a fresh start for him is what's best. Whether that's in the pros, whether maybe go be Penn State's head coach. You know what he would do in Penn State? He'd probably go win national championships. Because he's a great recruiter.
Look, Ben Roethlisberger making that statement says a lot. And I know he was trying to be nice, polite, non-controversial, but actually, he's being very controversial.
Yeah,
he's clearly saying like, "Hey man, the shine is off Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin has overstayed his time there." I want to, and this is more big. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm gonna squeeze something else in, but go ahead.
To that thing, I remember when Charlie Weiss came from the Patriots to Notre Dame. He clearly said one of the most infamous things that turned out. He goes, "Oh, Charlie, what do you give Notre Dame and your team?" Well, I clearly give us a schematic advantage. In other words, I'm a mastermind. I'm a wizard. I can X and O this. So with Mike Tomlin, hey, Mike, what do you give this program? Oh, I'm just going to recruit well. I'm just a hell of a recruit. I can see why that would upset any football coach.
I want to spin it off into a little different direction as it relates to Tomlin. Kimberley Martin was on Get Up yesterday. And this is what I can't stand about, and I'm sorry, ladies, for saying this, but dropping these ladies into all of these TV shows where they're talking men, talking about football, a man's game, and the next thing we got to hear some woman try to tell, here's what Mike Tomlin's thinking, and he needs to be somewhere where he's being celebrated. Let's play the Kimberley Martin clip.
Oh, if I'm Tomlin, I want out. If I am Tomlin, because you're not going to boo me and say, fire me all these years and then think you're going to get better than me. Like, I want to be where I'm celebrated. And if you guys aren't sure about me, it's time for me to go. That's how I personally feel.
Right.
But he loves that the fans are booing him. He loves that it's almost like the world against us. Now let's show who we are. The problem is the players, it's just not working right now.
And this is my problem with these sports talk TV shows, is you can't have a real conversation, because if I'm sitting there, here's what I want to say, but no, it's illegal for me to say at ESPN. Kimberly, I get, as a woman, you want to be somewhere where you're celebrated, but this is a man's game, and the great leaders are comfortable where they're not welcome. They're not worried about, again, the great journalists aren't, I want to be somewhere where as soon as I walk in the room, everybody gives me applause and everybody's happy to see me. This is how things get feminized. And you hear me talk about this all the time. Yeah. That you set a woman on a desk with a bunch of men and the whole conversation gets swung in a feminine direction where men can't say what they really think and they can't protect a masculine environment where you get at the truth, because now everybody has to bow to this feminist woman who wants Mike Tomlin and is giving Mike Tomlin advice. You should feel like me. You want to be somewhere where you're celebrated. Yeah. Well, that's not what made America great. Men didn't want to be somewhere where they wanted to be, I'm going to conquer and I'm going to claim this as my own. I don't care what you think. That's what football is about. That's what male energy is about. Is it sometimes toxic and headed the wrong direction? But it is necessary, and it's a very dishonest conversation. She puts all those men in a position, and Steve, I'm about to drive you all the way out into the middle of the ocean in dangerous waters, but I'm gonna say it. This is the problem with this matriarchal black culture we have, where the women set the culture, and they convince black boys and black men that, hey, meet me in this very feminine, emasculated space and adopt my mindset. And that's why, I'm Sorry for saying it, but it's just factual.
Uh-oh.
You look around and all these young black dudes got these feminized hairstyles. They overdose on jewelry like women. They've set the culture, and it's horrendous, and it feminizes everything, and we have too much feminine energy running wild all over America, and that's why little boys are playing sports against little girls, and we live in this illogical, delusional world. I've said a mouthful. Deal with any part of that will not get you canceled or anyway. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I've already been canceled. Here's the thing: what's to be celebrated? This team is bad. And let me make the point. Let's say the Steelers and Tomlin have a Lombardi from, like, let's say 2022. I have a theory. You get about a 5-year grace period, except in Philadelphia. Think about that. They're a coach that won a Super Bowl way back when they beat the Patriots. He was out of a job 3 years later. This is a results-based, not just industry, world. And I've told you this before, Jason. The worst thing you can be in sports is not just being bad. You know what's worse than that? Being mediocre. Because when you're bad, you hit rock bottom and you realize, oh, we're going to rebuild. There's like this philosophy, okay, this is ground zero, let's build it. But when you're always hovering around 9-8, 10-7, or 7-9, it's the worst feeling because you're just kind of out there in the abyss. That's what the Steeler fans are in, that abyss as of this moment. And they're watching this team. And Jason, I don't know how many more games they win. They may not even make the 9-8 win threshold. They look bad. They really do. They look lifeless. They have an old quarterback that cannot move. They don't have any real steady playmakers. The defense is not vintage Steelers. So I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is bad. And I remember a time, Jason, I don't know if you recall this. Did you know Pat Riley got fired by the Lakers after winning Coach of the Year? They had the best record in basketball. Yeah, it was my senior year of high school, 1990. The Lakers had the best record.
No. Paul Westhead.
No.
You said Pat Riley.
Pat Riley in 1990 was my senior year of high school.
1990. You're right. I was going 19. I'm sorry. I was going 80.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Westhead got fired because Magic didn't like the offense. A little bit different. So what happened was the Lakers get absolutely run out of the gym by a young Kevin Johnson. They lose in 5 games. But there was a feeling that the players had turned on Riley. Like, his message was getting heavy-handed. They hated his arrogance. And once Magic Johnson turned on him, the rest of the squad was not going to listen. And they said, oh, we got to get rid of it. And this is the guy that won Coach of the Year and won, I believe, 4 NBA titles. But they felt as though, you know what, we got to get off this ship. So when people talk about, well, they'd never handle a black coach, well, they've actually been harsher to white coaches who are all-time greats. It happens. But again, I have to ask Miss Martin respectfully, at this current moment, and you go by the last decade of Steeler football, there have not been a lot of good postseason runs. What is actually there to be celebrated?